Hello everyone, myself Neha Shah from Edge Institute of Engineering and Technology from the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. Today I am going to explain you about the topic Radix 2 DID-FFT algorithm from the subject of digital signal processing. The first point is Radix 2 DID-FFT. Now what is the meaning of DID-FFT? Decimation in time. FFT means fast Fourier transform. And radix 2 means base 2, so we are converting it into 2 parts. Suppose if I am taking n number of samples equals to 4, then this will be gets divided into 2 parts because we have taken radix 2. So this gets divided into 2 parts. Up to last there will be 2 terms. Suppose if I am taking n equals to 8, then it will be divided into 2 parts. It will be 4 parts, right? So up to 2 it will be gets divided. So it will gives you 2. This will be divided into 2 parts. So this way we will dividing the whole term. So it will consider as decimation in time. So we will dividing the time domain into 2 parts. So it will consider as radix 2 DID-FFT algorithm. But in this we can divide by 2 methods. Suppose if I am taking n equals to 4, then it will consider as 0, 1, 2 and 3, right? So this part will be divided into 2 parts. Like suppose if I am taking 0, 1 and 2, 3. So this algorithm will consider as DIF-FFT. You will learn in the next session. But if we are dividing this in 2 parts as even numbers and odd numbers, then this type of classification is also considered as one type of division. So this will be considered as decimation in time FFT algorithm, right? So to understand this DID-FFT algorithm, first of all we'll see some properties of Twiddle factor. What is the property of it? Wn raised to k is equals to Wn raised to k plus n. Now how I am solving this term? If I am writing Wn raised to k into Wn raised to n, what is the term of Wn raised to n? E raised to minus j2 pi by n raised to n. This n will be cancelled out, so e raised to minus j2 pi. So as you know that e raised to minus j2 pi equals to cos 2 pi minus j sin 2 pi, right? So this term cos 2 pi equals to 1 and sin 2 pi equals to 0. So 1 minus 0 means this term will give you answer equals to 1. So its value equals to 1 into Wn raised to k means it will give you the answer equals to Wn raised to k. So we'll use this property as Wn raised to k equals to Wn raised to k plus n. Now the next property of Twiddle factor is Wn raised to k plus n by 2, because we had divided 4 into 2 parts. So n by 2, right? So if I am taking this, then what will be the term? Wn raised to k into Wn raised to n by 2. So if I am simplifying this one is Wn raised to k as it is. This will be representing as e raised to minus j2 pi by n raised to n by 2. Now this n will be cancelled out, 2 will be cancelled out. So this term is representing e raised to minus j pi. If I am representing this, then the term will be cos pi minus j sin pi. So cos pi means minus 1 and sin pi means 0. So this will be representing as minus 1. Minus 1 into Wn raised to k. So it will gives you the minus Wn raised to k, right? So this one is the second property. Same way, if I am writing the third property, then Wn square equals to Wn by 2. So if you want to prove this property, then Wn by 2 means e raised to minus j2 pi by n, right? Instead of this n, we had written n by 2. So instead of this n, I am writing n by 2. So this term will be e raised to minus j4 pi by n. So this will be representing as e raised to minus j2 pi by n raised to 2 into 2, 4. So this term representing Wn and its square. So it will be representing as Wn square. So these are the 3 different properties which is important to solve any example of radix 2 DID-FFT algorithm. So starting with this radix 2 DID-FFT algorithm, we'll writing the equation of x of k. Why? Because FFT means fast Fourier transform. So to solve DFT in the fast form, computational complexity will be reduced by using this fast Fourier transform. So for that we will use the equation of DFT. It means x of k equals to summation n equals to 0 to n minus 1 x of n into wn raised to kn. Right. Now this term gets divided into two parts. If I am dividing this in the form of even parts and odd part, then it will gives you DID FFT algorithm. So what will be the even term? Even term will be representing as this function will be representing in the form of even part. So x of n will be representing as f1 of n plus f2 of n. In this, f1 of m means even part and f2 of n means function 2, which is odd part. So what is the value of f1 of n? f1 of m equals to x of 2n and value of f2 of m equals to x of 2n plus 1. Now if we are using this in this term, then what will be the equation? Summation even plus summation odd part, right? So if I am writing the even and odd part, then the value will be summation m equals to 0 to n by 2 minus 1 x of 2n. Instead of this f1, we will writing x of 2n. This one is wn raised to k to kn because we had used 2n, right? Plus the second term is summation m equals to 0 to n by 2 minus 1 x of 2m plus 1. So over here also we will use x wn raised to k 2m plus 1. Now we will simplify this term to derive this DID FFT algorithm. So this term will be representing by solving by any one example. Suppose if we are taking n equals to 4, so for the 4 point we will taking x of n equals to summation m equals to 0 to, if we will taking 4, then what will be the value of n by 2 minus 1? 4 by 2 means 2. 2 minus 1 means 1. So the term will be n equals to 0 to 1 x of 2n wn raised to 2kn plus summation n equals to 0 to 1 x of 2m plus 1 wn raised to 2k 2m plus 1 into k, right? Now in this, if I am using the value of m equals to 0, m equals to 1, then what will be the value? This function will be representing as f1 of n. This one is summation m equals to 0 to 1. This one is wn raised to kn, and if I am representing this into n by 2 part, then this will be representing as wn by 2 raised to kn. Similarly, if I am representing this, then the value will be m equals to 0 to 1 x of 2m plus 1 means it's a function 2 means f2 of n, and this term will representing as wn by 2 raised to kn. Because this term is wn raised to 2 and k, it will be representing like this, and this factor is wn raised to 1 into k means wn raised to k. As the summation is of n, so I am writing wn raised to k over here because it's a constant, so it will be outside of this summation. Now this will be representing in the first and this will be representing in the second. So this one is function 1 and this one is function 2. So if I am representing this 2, then what will be the function? This will be considered as f1 of k and this one will be considered as f2 of k. So what is the final value of this? Its final value is x of k equals to f1 of k plus wn raised to k f2 of k, right? Now I am simplifying this term. In this we will taking k equals to 0, 1. Same way we will representing this also in terms of this 0 and 1. So after n by 2 sample, the term will be f1 of k plus n by 2 is equals to f1 of k. Same way if I am finding after n by 2 number sample, it will be same as the original function f2 of k. Now if I am applying this rule, then what will be the value of x of k plus n by 2? After n by 2 number of samples, its value equals to f1 of k plus n by 2 plus wn raised to k plus n by 2 into f2 of k plus n by 2, right? Now instead of this I am writing f1 of k. Instead of this function I am writing f2 of k. Now what is the value of wn raised to k plus n by 2? its value is wn raised to a into wn raised to n by 2, right? Now what is the value of wn raised to n by 2? Its value is minus 1. So this value will consider as minus wn raised to a. This one is f1k, this one is f2 of k. So this is your final answer of x of k plus n by 2. Now in this we will take in k equals to 0, 1, and in the above equation, this equation also we will take k equals to 0, 1. So in the first two terms we will take in plus, and in the last two terms we will take in minus. So if we are drawing this algorithm of this, then what will be the algorithm for this? For n equals to 0, its value is x of 0 equals to f1 of 0 plus wn raised to 0 f2 of 0. Similarly, we will finding all the other values, and the term will be f1 of 1 plus wn raised to 1 f2 of 1. X of 2 equals to f1 of 2 plus wn raised to 2 f2 of 2. Same way we will finding up to 3, and the term will be like this, right? Now the next is we have to find out x of k plus n by 2. So what will be the value? Value will be 0 plus, if we will taking n equals to 4 point, then the value of n by 2 equals to 2. So the value equals to 0 plus 2. So its value equals to x of 2. And if we are taking n points, so for n equals to 8 point, first 4 samples will be this, and after 4 samples it will gives you 0 plus 4 means x of 4, then it will gives you the answer as f1 of, this one is 0 minus wn raised to 0 f2 of 0. Same way 1 plus 4, it will gives you x of 5, its value equals to f1 of 1 minus wn raised to 1 f2 of 1. Same way x of 2 plus 4 means x of 6, its value is f1 of 2 minus wn raised to 2 f2 of 2. Same way if we are taking t 0 to 3, this one is also 0 to 3, then it will gives you the answer as 0. X of 7, its value is f1 of 3 minus wn raised to 3 f2 of 3. So you can see that for n equals to 8 point, these 4 points will be in the form of plus, and the last 4 points will be in the form of minus. So from this, if we are drawing the radix to DIT FFT algorithm will be look like this. If we are drawing for the 4 samples, then it will gives you 2 samples and 2 samples. For the first 2 samples, it will be in the form of plus 1, and for the next next 2 samples, its value will be in the minus 1. Same way, if we are taking 2, then the first term will be plus and the next term will be minus. So if we are taking input sequence in the form of even terms, then it will gives you the output in the order. So first of all, we will dividing the input sequence in the even and odd part, then it will gives you like this, output will be like this. Now if we are solving some example, so for that x of n equals to cos n pi by 2, where n equals to 4, using DIT FFT algorithm you have to find out DFT of this sequence. So if we are representing for n equals to 4 point, then its value equals to this, right? So we are writing n x of 0, 2, 1, 3 like this. For that we have to use w4 raised to 0 and w4 raised to 1. So for that I am starting with solving this example as w4 raised to 0, and what is the value of w4 raised to 1? w4 means wn, right? So what is value of w of n? E raised to minus j2 pi by n, and the value of n equals to 4. So any term raised to 0 means 1, and e raised to minus j2 pi by 4 raised to 1 means e raised to minus j2 pi by 4, and its value is e raised to minus j pi by 2. And value of this equals to e raised to minus j pi by 2 means cos pi by 2 minus j sin pi by 2. As you know that the value of cos pi by 2 equals to 0 and sin pi by 2 equals to 1. So minus 1 into minus j means minus j. So this one is the overall answer of w4 raised to 1. Now if I am finding the value of x of n, what is the value of x of n? X of n equals to n pi by 2, right? Now in this we have to take n equals to 4, means we have to take 4 samples. So starting with n equals to 0, what is the value of x of n? If I am writing n equals to 0, so cos 0 means 1. Cos 1, if I am taking n equals to 1, then cos pi by 2 means 0. If I am taking n equals to 2, then cos 2 pi means 2 pi by 2. 2 to cancel, cos pi means minus 1, and the last term is 0. So this one is input sequence. So this term is representing as x of 0, this one is x of 1, x of 2 and x of 3, right? Now this term will putting in this, then what will be the value? What is the value of x of 0? Its value equals to 1, x of 1 equals to 0, this one is minus 1 and the last term is 0. So we have to arrange according to our requirement. Now what is the value of w4 raised to 0? Its value equals to 1, and what is the value of w4 raised to 1? Its value is minus j, right? Now we have to find x of 0. Suppose if I am taking this intermediate stage as p1, p2, p3, p4. So what is the value of p1? p1 equals to, over here the term is 1. This will be added with this, right? So minus 1 into 1 means minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1, it will give you the answer equals to 0. Similarly, if I am finding p2, what is the value? 1. This one is minus 1 into 1 into minus 1. Minus plus 1. So 1 plus 1 means its value equals to 2. Same way, if I am finding the value of p3, what will be the value of p3? This one is 0 and this one is also 0. So 0 plus 0 means 0. Same way, p4 is also equals to 0. 0 into any term is 0, right? Now this p1, p2, p3, p4 goes in the second stage. So what will be the answer? What is the value of x of 0? p1 plus this one. So over here, what is the value of? I am writing the values of p1, p2, p3, p4 over here. So this value will give you 0 and this one is 0. So 0 plus 0 means 0. So the first term is 0. Next term is, over here the term is 2. And this one will be gives you the next term as a 0, right? So 2 plus 0 means 2. So the value of x of 1 equals to. Same way, if I am writing this term as a 2 and this one is 0. So what is the value of x of 3? Its value is also 2. And what is the value of x of 2? Its value equals to, if I want to find out x of 2, what is the value of x of 2? It's a summation of this term means 0 plus this term means 0. So 0 plus 0 means it will give you the answer equals to 0. So x of 2 equals to 0. Now from this, if I am writing x of k, what is the value of x of k? 0 to 0 2. So this is your final answer. So this way we can find out DFT. Just we have to use this structure. This structure is considered as butterfly structure. So if we are using this butterfly structure, directly you have to put the input sequence in this structure. So it will calculating by easily addition or some multiplication. After it will gives you the final output in this format. So we can find out DFT in the fast form because we are using butterfly structure which is already available. Just we have to insert the input sequence to get the output sequence. Thank you so much.